Hey, what up, though, everyone? Good morning, good evening, good night. Depending on when you're seeing this video, this conversation, which I like to say, I don't know what title to give it, but maybe I just call it Unmasked. That seems to have been sticking with me. Now, whenever I had these conversations, just because I don't try to trigger anyone, I always say me. But I know, from what I know, that me applies to a lot of other people. And how do I know that? Because I always hear it. You know, confirmation has a way of showing itself. And I got a confirmation today. I get confirmations every day, but this confirmation was strong. I met a brother who had a shirt on. And the shirt said, "Stronger than cancer." And the shirt he had on, he made the shirt himself. It was a white shirt, and he looked like he wrote it in marker. That's what it appeared to me. He even made the cancer sign. But it was enough for me to see the shirt. And, you know, this brother I saw, you know, brother that was he looked strong. But I went to him and I said, hey man, I recognize your lingo. I said, are you fighting the fight? And he said, yeah. And I said, how you doing? How are you doing? And he was like, I'm okay. I'm maintaining. I'm struggling. And he said like that. I said, I understand. And I had my bracelet on. And I said, I'm going through the fight as well. And when I said it to him, he was just like, his eyes lit up. It was like he took his pack off his back, if you know, for those who know what that means. And he said, you know what, you're the first person who ever asked me how I'm doing. He said, because the way that I look, people assume. And I get tired of explaining myself to others. And when he said that, I understood totally what he meant. But right before I met him, I keep telling you about confirmations. I got a confirmation earlier this morning. And it's from someone who's fighting the fight. I talk to a lot of people who's fighting the fight. And, you know, if you ever talk to me or, you know, we ever talk a lot or however we talk or, you know, whatever the case may be. You ever talk to me, I always say, you know, I'm okay. I'm not complaining. No complaining worth mentioning. I say that a lot. But I got reminded today that it is okay to complain. It's okay to complain, you know, to yourself 15, 30, an hour each day, if that's what you want to do. But what happens is when you don't have that time to yourself to complain and you harbor it in, those 15, 30 minutes or hour that you didn't do it per day, they catch up with you, and the next thing you know, you're days in of being down. I say down instead of depressed. And so I reminded that brother that I saw today about that. And we share the same fight. Because when I showed him my band, it's green. His shirt, I said it was a white t-shirt and marking was black. But the sign, cancer sign, was green. So for those who don't know what green is for liver. So I got that confirmation today. And the confirmation that I got was, when people ask you how you're doing, do you just say okay? And for the people who ask, if you were to ask someone how they're doing, and if they told you everything what was wrong, if they said anything besides okay, and what was wrong, would you still ask that person the next time you saw them how they doing? In other words, do we just say we okay just because it is the normal thing to do, the easy thing to do? And sometimes we say okay because you don't want a lot of people in your business, but I understand that too. And I'm sure you know, there's loved ones who, you know, loved ones, people who you deal with that add the same thing. Who say that, but would they really want to know how you're doing, or vice versa? Would you really want to know how somebody's doing if they said what's going on with you, with them or with yourself? That was the confirmation that I got. I also shared with him a few other things, but I got confirmation from my therapist. And the thing was, you know, if you don't, so for me, I don't know where I got this from. I always say I think I got this from, you know, my mom. I always had this ability to always say, "Oh, I'm a chameleon. I'm fine. I'm good. I don't need no help." Or I'm ashamed to tell you what's going on with me. I don't know where I got that from. So I've been living that all my life. Even when I was really, really struggling. See, I remember what it's like to not have no hair. It wasn't too long ago. I remember what it was like to not have no weight and no hair. See, when the hair grow back and the weight come back on, it seems like everything else come back with it. Because it appears that I'm okay. And once again, like I said, when I have conversations, and instead of saying people, I say me, because I don't want to trigger. You know, I'm kind of getting away from strolling on social media a lot. And I know people say that and be like, I don't care. But I kind of get away from it because I have a lot of people who I follow who are going through the fight. So I see how they're doing. And as much as praise I give them and try to uplift them, sometimes I don't want to see it because I remember. I know. One of my friend's daughters I didn't even know it was her daughter. I knew it, but I didn't know it. I knew it But it was so long ago, I didn't know it was her until I was like, oh crap, it's her. I see what she's going through. First thing, I remember her not having no hair. Right? It comes back. When I come back like you like it, it comes back. Weight drop. It's coming back. Not like I like it. And I say that to, if you know someone who is going through the fight, and whatever the fight may be, I just won't say the fight. Just stick beside them. A lot of times they don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to. What you don't want to do is to keep. I don't want to say badgering is a bad word. I want to say you want to keep asking. Let that person. They'll give you clues. But I was just amazed by confirmations, and even before the confirmations, I've been feeling a certain type of way. Like I always be amazed when people are like, man, I know that I am weird right now. People say, you changed. A lot has changed me. And I don't mind being weird. It just means I won't do the same thing I was doing. Or maybe I do, but I just do it differently. And I like being in this space. Being in this weird state has led me down other roads that I thought I would never ever go through. So even before I say all this, the thoughts that I was having, and it's been getting. So what happens for me, for confirmations or when signs are being shown to me, it'll start off one way and then it'll intensify daily, different ways. So yeah. So the dreams I've been having been the same. The people who I'm speaking to in my dreams, they don't even speak English. And on top of they only speak English, they got veils, they got masks on, and they're fully clothed. I can't tell who it is. I can't see nothing but black. I see the veil and I see the clothing. And it's a few of them. So they're speaking to me in, I don't know what they are. I don't want to say in tongues. And they lead me down one road, and it's always a divider to go left or right. And when I pick one, they're waiting on the other side. And it's constantly going like that. So I don't know if that is confusion or whatever the case may be. I don't know what that is, but I know how I wake up and I know how it's making me think. And then I say I always go by 3 goals. And one of the goals I always say, once you get to the top of one mountain, you're at the bottom of the next one. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But there was no wonder why I've been feeling the way I've been feeling. Because with each, I'm learning that of new pains and new ailments. You know what I mean? Like, I don't complain about them, but I know. I know my legs kill me. I know all this. Legs hurt, feet hurt, ankles hurt, everything hurt. I don't know if it was when you turn 50, at the warning light at 40. So the warning light comes on in your 40s. 50, that shit No, let me say it different. When you're in the 40s, your one light flash on and off. Right? When you get to 50, that motherfucker just stay on. That's no lie. I don't like it. And I try my best to do everything possible. You know? I know what I am. I know that I'm a beast out here. I know that. I know I can go ahead and bench 425 pounds. I know I can still run. I know I can do a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I'm the one in here sore, hurting. Crazy, right? Once again, that goes back to what I said earlier. I don't know where I got this from, being, everything is all right. Purpose is what is your purpose? I was talking to somebody yesterday, and it was like, what is your purpose? Or how do you know your purpose? Your purpose keep running back to you, I think. For me, I think I avoided my purpose for a long time. And I'm still not quite sure of what it is. But then I get reminded again. So to even go down the avenues that I'm going down, it's funny. Like in a million years, I would never thought I would write. Although the ebooks. Not even I thought anyone would buy them, but actually people were buying them. I never thought that in a million years. Never thought I would even do a podcast. And I haven't did a podcast yet. It's not getting the people to come on. That's the easy part. The problem with the podcast is I keep getting signs not to do it yet. And I'd be like, yo, well, I'm talking to guys. Well, you telling me to get these things. You're telling me to do all this. Then you tell me to stop. Don't do it yet. Not yet. So it's coming. Like I said, getting the people is not hard, and I'm not bragging on that. It's just the truth. And they keep asking me, hey, when we gonna do this? So am I blocking my purpose, or am I listening? One of the best things that I ever could have done, and I'm glad I listened to her, was to get my LLC. Getting that LLC in a business name and doing the work that comes with it, it is a task. It pushes you mentally. It ain't easy, but I'm so glad that I did it. And now it's the next steps to putting it all together. Just I need to dot the I's and cross the T's. So yeah, I'm doing different things, but my point in the conversation, I always talk to my people who are fighting the fight. I do, because I see y'all. I hear you. It's okay to say you're not okay. It's okay to wonder what's next. It's okay after you get radiation or chemo to lose whatever you're going to lose. But see, the beauty in this, though, you come out stronger. And I always see I crack a lot of jokes, but there's truth in jokes. And I think I crack jokes or make light of things to myself. I can laugh at myself all day. But I know some people out here who are who are sensitive. But in the community that I'm in, they laugh. I always say that radiation made me strong. Like radiation, I feel like not Iron Man. What's the dude named Magneto? Y'all know who Magneto is? Once he got radiation, he got all kind of metal and shit sticking to him and was lifting everything. That's why I'm out here lifting 415 pounds. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons. You know, I always make lighter stuff, and they get it. But you come out better on the other side, though. I know it sucks. I hate looking in the mirror. I didn't want nobody to see me. Matter of fact, nobody did see me. I took pictures. I never forget. But like I said, just because your hair grows back and your weight comes back, people assume I'm not limping. I'm not in a wheelchair. I'm not on crutches. Could I be? Probably. Am I? Nope. But just because I walk differently don't mean I don't have bad days. I have them all the time. And so the people out there who are going through the fight, it's okay. It's okay. I have met some awesome people. And I see what they're going through. And they talk to me all the time. That lets me know I should be doing more. So you gotta be careful too, man. Heavy the head that wears the crown. Then once you start something, I gotta keep it up. I can't take my pack off and be like, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. I can't. And I don't want to call no names out because that's their business. It's a couple, and it's a marriage couple, man and wife, who is probably looking at this. We supposed to meet. Just because I wasn't educated on this. See, I didn't know about hashtags. You know, it just always look cool when you see a post and see a hashtag us, hashtag whatever the case may be. But what I didn't notice about hashtags is whatever hashtag you put, I know it now. Whatever hashtag you put, whoever else has that hashtag, whether they know you or not, can see everything you do. Wild, right? So, my friends who I met, a couple that I met, wife inboxed me a while ago. And I say a while ago, I'm talking about like over 2 years ago. Almost 2 years. And his wife inboxed me, and of course, you know, when you on Facebook, you know, if you don't know the person, it spams to another. For me, it spams to another location. So when I kept saying this lady's name, and I could see what she wrote, and I opened and read it, I kept seeing the name. I'm like, I don't know this lady. I don't know this lady. Finally, one day, I opened up the other. I told you it goes in another box for me. I opened the box up and I clicked on. This lady had been talking to me for a minute. I like when I say a minute, months. And she said, my husband is going through the same thing you're going through. And he sees what you're eating. He sees how you're working out. He sees what you're doing. Could you please share more information? I thought it was a joke at first, but I answered. And ever since then, I talked to this couple. He followed what I did, what I was doing. And what I was doing it off the strength of how I thought. I wasn't getting from no doctor. I was doing it just because of how I was trained. What I was eating. I went cold turkey, and I went vegan for a minute, and I realized I didn't like this shit. I went vegan for a minute, and I was doing kickboxing. Because I read, when you have, cancer things, you should eat differently and work out more. Which I was working out, but I wasn't working out like that. And I went vegan for a minute. I got skinny. I was going to kickboxing. That's what I was doing. And I, to me, I was ripped. I didn't tell you I was ripped. I was ripped. I was 213 pounds. Couldn't tell me shit. 6-pack showing. But it's funny how you get humbled when people who care about you. And I'll say this person's name, Veronica Bates. I met her one time, and I call her sister. I met her one time, and I haven't seen her in a while. Although she knew I was going. I hadn't seen her for a while, but we was going out. Went out and had a few drinks. And when she saw me, she said, "Hey, don't lose no more weight." And I was like, "Huh?" She said, "Don't lose more weight." Then it made me look like, oh wow. But then after she said that, I still was doing my thing. But then I realized, when you go vegan, for me, I always crave a hamburger. And then one day I just woke up and said, fuck it, I want a hamburger. And, that's the end of my vegan tour. But anyway, back to my couple that I met. He followed everything I did. And to this day, he in remission. Well, I'm sorry, he's close. And he will always say, "Hey, I can't do everything you're doing in the gym. Can you help me?" See, what I don't show all the time is, I may show you one video, but I don't show you all the videos. Because I make videos for other people that I don't show. Because it ain't your business. But I show it to them. I show modified versions. You ask me, I'll show you. And I always laugh at him, man. It's like, oh man, you can do it. You know what I mean? Confirmation. But you want to know the really thing about going into that other inbox on Facebook? I told you, I didn't know this lady. I didn't know who it was, so I didn't click on. After I clicked on and read her, what she was writing, I literally had 40 other messages from people saying the same thing. That's humbling. And I talk to everybody all the time. There's a few who didn't make it. There's a few who are not here physically with us anymore. See, that's the part that I said I can't give up on. Like, I do a lot of things people don't know. Ain't for me to say. Like I always tell people, I got a whole other group on Facebook for working out. Although I haven't did it in a while, because when I got sick, I stopped doing it. And I was doing it off the strength of people getting sick. Everybody see is sick, fighting ailments. Overweight. And I didn't charge a thing. I wasn't trying to charge. And people were in the group be like, hey, what's your cash app? We gonna, how much you charge? I'm not charging anything. Charge my heart. You should do this because you can get paid off of this. Well, it's still not in me. Maybe one day. And maybe I'm the fool for not doing it. But one day, maybe I will charge. I just get it back in different ways. But I haven't did it in a while. And the only way you can get in the group is if I invite you. So it's been coming to me again to open that group back up. And when I tell you that people, when I tell you people lost weight different, I'm not even exaggerating. Well, you just put the work in. I'll give you the plan. Just put the work in. And yes, it's gonna sound, you're gonna do some crazy ass shit. But results say differently. So yeah, if you're reading this or you're hearing this, you wanna get back in, and if you wanna get in the group, just inbox me. I'll put you in, because I'm thinking about opening it back up. And the workouts I give you, I'm working off of, it's less expensive. I'm gonna tell you go get some dumbbells. I'm gonna tell you go get the dumbbells from 5 and below. Use your jump rope. If you ain't got a jump rope, you got an air jump rope. The best jump rope in the world is an air jump rope. Don't cost you nothing. But what I will charge you, or all you will need, is space and opportunity. So my people who fight and fight, I see y'all. It's okay to complain. It's okay to complain. But one day, when you walk through the other side, you're gonna be better for it. And not even when you're gonna be better for it. A lot of things are gonna change. A lot of people are gonna change. A lot of situations are gonna change. Maybe that could be your purpose. At least for me, I'm starting to realize it. So like I said earlier, when I do these conversations, I always say me, because I don't never like to trigger anyone. But I know me. I'm speaking to others that I know. So thank you for reminding me that it's okay to complain. That I don't have to walk around here like Superman all the time, although I do. I'm applying my own words to myself, and I'm applying them to you as well. It's okay to complain. It's all right. You're going to look different. Absolutely. You're going to feel different. You're going to have some wild dreams. But I promise you, it's almost like you're in a hurricane. You're in the middle of a hurricane. Everything around you is spinning around so fast. But then the hurricane slows down a little bit. Then you start seeing people, you start seeing things, you start pinpointing stuff. Trust me. Everybody I had this conversation with say the same thing. And also when I do this conversation, it's gonna be different in the podcast. I give it to you raw. I may say a word wrong. I may pause. I'm not. It's one time, one take, one time. I want it raw. Now, like I said, the podcast had to be different. The podcast gonna be on a few different platforms. So, just because I don't know who I'm talking to or who's listening, they won't. Some of them you won't be able to see me. You just hear me. But I promise, even in the podcast, it's gonna be real topics. It's gonna be life topics. I'm not talking about anything that don't matter. I'm not talking about no relationship. I'm not talking about none of that goofy shit. I'm gonna be talking to people who are doing something. Let them tell their story. Let them share their info. How you can look at them, how you can find them, how you can do whatever you need to do. How they can elevate themselves. But and the reason for the podcast is because we don't promote each other. There you go. That's it. That's all. So for the last time before I close this conversation out, it's okay to not be okay. You owe that to yourself. And if you should ever need me, or you should ever just want to vent, yell, scream, feel free to. No judgment here. So, thank y'all for listening. If you listen to this far, I'm going to close this conversation out. Once again, from the great words of Biggie Smalls. And I'm talking about the movie. I'm not talking about the rapper. You'll know who he is in the movie. Look it up. Never have few gave so much to so many. Y'all be easy. Peace.